Well, as promised, here is a video of 8.2, or I'm sorry, Tier 2, 8.2. There was a release to a candidate E, apparently to fix an issue with saves not happening. Let's see what that error is. Not enough storage to last through the winter. That's a good indicator. We probably shouldn't have bought 2 cattle. Anyway, we're at Tier 2. I actually recorded this as I was building this stuff out, but the recording was bad, and I didn't do it live. Oh well. I am growing wheat. I switched, as I said I was going to do. I've switched out. I've got the wheat here. I guess we better build the grain mill, huh? So I did. That turns that into grain, or into flour. I'm hoping... I haven't messed with cow farms and I didn't watch any videos. They do require fodder to survive through the winter. So I'm just guessing. I'm winging it. I've seen some people in the forums talk about growing wheat or something in a field and set the graze in there, but I don't know how that's going to help storage in the fodder. So I'm hoping that growing this will put some of it there. We'll find out, but we're almost halfway through the year. So I went to Tier 2. We'll check on that later. Cattle I can replace. It's not a big deal. I can always butcher them and get the meat and hide. And what else comes out of those that I always... tallow, which I do use. So we're going to talk about a couple things with this new Tier 3 building. One is, I think I'm going to stay here for a while, based on what I read. Wood, specifically wood and planks, is going to be your biggest nightmare. I mean, biggest nightmare. Repair costs are rather steep to repair. Just for instance, the school had depreciated, and it cost me... and you can see here, it says material required, 5 gold ingots, 2 wood, and 1 clay. Well, I had run out of planks because I upgraded my storage to a Tier 3. And I ran out of planks in the process. So it couldn't repair. It got almost down to... it was almost condemned. I kid you not. I had to build another sawmill just to keep up, or saw pit, to keep up with the demand. Another thing I'll recommend is check your compost yards often, because they do fill up, and what happens is if you don't get rid of them, you start getting waste built up in your town. Don't want that to happen. Bad idea. So my best advice is don't go around here clicking on every single one of these and just upgrading them and getting them in the queue. Because what's going to happen is you're going to run out of resources. You're going to run out of wood. You're going to run out of planks. This is bad because you potentially could run out of firewood. Critical things. Not being able to repair buildings. It's just bad news. So you want to methodically do it. Like these, I'll never upgrade these just for the simple fact they're outside my defenses. I don't want a lot of material here. I want that material inside here. So these will all get upgraded. These will not. Eventually I may extend those palisade walls out around some of this, but I doubt it. If anything, it's going to go that to the east and to the west, and potentially to the north. So I did do... So instead of upgrading all the palisade walls to stone, I just did the gates. Because I noticed typically raiders will go straight for the gate. But I do eventually want to start doing these in sections. An easy way to do that is just click on manage. And you can draw a box and you can highlight a section. Say you want to upgrade right now. It'll select those and you just click upgrade and it'll tell you the cost. So you can look up, make sure, yeah, I got plenty of stone to do that. And you can upgrade that section, or hit cancel in my case. So I do want to get a decent amount of rock before I start upgrading these to stone walls, and I don't really see an urgency for it right now. So let's talk about some of these tier 3 buildings. So I'm now building the heavy tools. I can now produce those. So as you can see, I've got heavy tools, I got swords, and I have the smaller tools. I guess what you call them, the tier 1 tools. Decent travel time. I did build another waste facility just as a failover. In case that one does fill up, it's got somewhere to dump it. What else did we tap into since the last video? I'm thinking that's kind of it. The iron is coming from this little iron over here. It's set at 4. We can look at the volume. I think it was only 400 when I started. It's down to 272. So we'll have to look for another node, but it was close. I grabbed it. Most of what's around me is coal and clay. So I see, and the vendors typically will buy that. Most of the time, there are some that don't, the traders that come in. But I know there's some iron out here further out. I still need to do some scouting, but I'm going to have to, in order to mine that, and I do have some gold up here too. Yeah, it's all up here. So I'm going to have to set up a work camp. And to do that, you're going to want to use the long-term housing. Basically what that does, these give you more storage. Your workers can stay there longer before returning to their home. They're pretty decent for temporary shelter while they're out here doing work. So we'll happy days with that. Got plenty of deer up here. I'm not too worried about that. I'm still milking that area with all these deer. I didn't upgrade these yet. Not exactly sure what all it gives me, but the upgrade cost is 250 gold and 5 steel. And I'm kind of holding on to my gold a little bit on the greedy side. I've got plenty of meat, as you can see, and I'm even got spoilage. So you can see the spike in food production. You can see what's being consumed. I don't really see a need to upgrade those yet, so I'm leaving them alone. And you here, look at all this spoilage. So, you know, just a major, now I do want to check out the upgrade on this. So it gives you additional income, additional workers. Now that will be worth it. And that's 50 bricks, which I have 130, 250 gold. Since I have 2 and they're redundant, but I'm going to wait till the next season. I don't want to do it during the winter because I want those taxes. So we'll do that, but in another turn. I might add another Fletcher eventually, just because one, he keeps filling up and it's not getting transported over, and he's literally, where is that target building? That's how I recognize it's got little targets on it. So he's not full right now. Looks like he did 200 arrows. So that stuff is going to storage. It eventually gets to them. I did set that up as a 3-to-1 ratio. But I'm thinking about adding to each of my towers swordsmen, or just a second watchman, because what that'll do, so he'll go out and seek weapons and build a garrison. I have read some horror stories about people that have massive he doesn't have a melee weapon. That's interesting, because I've made some, so I'm not sure where those went. That's a good question. Let's look in overall storage, armaments, weapons. I've made 6. 6 are produced. Consume none. So I assume eventually he'll find a sword. I don't know where it's at. But we made it. My guess is it's probably still sitting in here. No, it is not. It's probably somewhere down in the storage area. But we're not going to waste our time in this video trying to find it. Down here I'm making the bricks. Because the clay pits are up, obviously, on the other side of the map. But I built another wagon house. I mean, this wagon house should get some good use now. Because you can see his idle time was... It's dropping, but it was still pretty high for having to. So that's where we're at. We did change the crop rotation here since now we have... Whoa. Let's bring that back down. Alright. Check our other field, make sure that's says our yield's gonna be 3,250 grain. That's pretty good. But still, I don't even see it growing. Did they already pick it? They might have. It is winter now. So, another building going down. 33%. So I can say that a majority of these buildings, all your homesteads, all of your, pretty much everything requires wood planks to repair, and some of them even gold. So you want to make sure that you've got that supply covered and your wood stocks stay up. So, and I can't even imagine what tier 3 is going to be like. We'll find out. And this is the easiest setting. I didn't put passive on there, and I'm finding it to be quite the challenge. So, should be interesting. We'll get through winter here. I'm gonna do a 2-year cycle on tier 3. I can upgrade these shrines. All it does is increase your desirability, which right now, I mean, I've only got a couple homes that did not upgrade. Let's look at desirability. I could kind of look in here and see. Kind of hard to see with that. 28%, so only needs 2. He only needs 1 point. 30 is the number they need. And if you ever wonder why, it's right, it'll tell you right there. 29, 30. 2 food sources. And then some luxury items, so. And they already are demanding a theater. I didn't even look at what the costs are on that. 1,000 gold, 150 clay, 150 planks, and 200 labor. That's quite the investment at tier 3. So, and I don't even know where I'd put it. Probably knock out or relocate some of these buildings that didn't upgrade. Let's see how big that bad boy is. That's pretty big. That's 2 houses right there, easy. More than that. That's a pretty big coverage area. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. So yeah, that's more than 2 houses. So I don't know where I'd put it. That part. But they'd have their theater and they'd be entertained. And they are asking for it. What I might do, since well, let's take a look here. I kind of ruined this area. And that's blocked by a field. I'll tell you, there really isn't a good spot. As you can see, I'm creating undesirability pretty much in every direction. So I'll have to relocate and shuffle things around, but it could be done. So I did increase harvesting of material for baskets. I noticed a lot of my workers are still aren't running around with baskets. Got plenty of shoes by adding that second worker. So we can look at their needs and they'll tell you. So right now, food is the only thing they're really complaining about, and they're not even complaining. But you know, that's based on having the 2 food sources. So I'm not too overly concerned or feeling obligated to do anything just yet. I want to see if the raiders, now that I got these stone gates, actually target my walls. The more money I accumulate, the more number of raiders come. I don't know if that's just it progresses every year, or if it's based on the value of what you have in stock here, you know, as far as livestock animal born. So apparently they did make it through the winter. How many made it? Yeah, they made it. So apparently, so feed stores, that grain did the job. Oh, good. That's great. All right. So we should start raising. There is no male or female cow. It's gender neutral. So if you have one, where is that little booger? He's right there. So we got 3 cows now. You can what's it called? Pollinate. You can set grazing. You can divide the herd, which that's not lit up for me yet. So I'll see what that means later. Yeah, it did. Takes raw grain. How about that? So we need to make sure we keep grain in stock. Right now, we're not using grain for anything, but it will go bad. And I've only got 1 cycle of it. So let's see what overall in grain. Why is my happiness suddenly down? Probably food. Yep, 67%. But let's go check on grain. So, agriculture, grain. Consumed 340 out of 3,200 produced. We'll see how long the stacks are. So yeah, we're getting food stocks are low. And I didn't do anything. But we do have crops growing. What are we growing? Looks like peas. That'll come right back up. And I don't see any change in my 100. This is still times 7. I mean, I've got plenty of herds of deer running around here. And once we get enough cows, we'll just start butchering cows for meat. What do I need to upgrade that? Looks like just the planks. And that's going to give me additional workers, increased herd size, fewer consumed items during production, and production speed increase. That's good. That would be worth upgrading. But we don't want to burn all our wooden planks in one shot, so we may hold out on that. So as I'm playing this, I'm not having too difficult a time yet. All right, so he's buying coal. Like I said, I mean, I'm not short on cash by any means. Let's see, what else do we sell in stock? We're not going to sell any of that. And he's not taking anything else. So what's upgrading that give me? Increased storage. Oh, better merchants. That's interesting. What's the cost? 100 gold. No, 500 gold. 100 planks. Hey, we got a building on fire. Imagine that. And 50 bricks. Well, that's not good. That's our school. Those kids out. Alright. We're good. Go clean up all them buckets. Hurry up. Do it. So let's see what else we got with tier 3. Let's just do a double check here. We already looked at that one. Let's look at storage. We now have a Cooper. That I did build one of those. They produce barrels. He's right here. You might ask, what do I do with the barrels? Well, that's pretty simple. You can go to your stockyards or any storage, and you can increase it with barrels. As you can see, I've got one. It's 100%, so I got a 5%. 5% reduction in spoiling. So it did that on its own. I assume because I have auto upgrade on. We'll look at some of the other storage and see if they got the barrel too. No. So it's picking them at random. But since I only keep food there, that made sense. But I wish it would have done it on the one I upgraded. Oh well, it is what it is. It's 100 gold and 30 bricks to upgrade, so I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade that. That's why I built redundancy here, and I'll have to do the same for the internal storage as well. It's a forager. What is this? Why do I have a smokehouse inside my gate? Huh. Well, that explains a lot. It's just been hiding behind that building for so long, I didn't notice it. Doesn't seem to be doing anything though, so I'll leave it. It's not causing me any grief. Did we get another trader? Is that the same? Yeah, so we got 2 traders here, 2 tabs. Always make sure you check that. And he wants clay. Bravo. But he doesn't want all of our clay, he just wants 2. Or 5. No, we're not buying it. Get out of town. I don't want your clay. Let's see. It says he buys or sells. I'm not sure why. It's not it's lying. It's a lie. Anyway. Neither one, it doesn't look like either one of them have anything we want to sell, but let's check what they're selling. Beans, candles, which I'm already producing slowly. The medical roots he does not have, he's buying those. Let's check the other trader. Oh, he just left. Thanks. Says he's still here, but he's not. So this is the other trader. This is the one that wants to rip us off. Alright. Alright, we can take that money and actually transfer that over. It's so close it gets here quick. Now we're up to 3 grand, so almost 4 grand. So we're doing pretty good on gold. Not sure if I haven't tried to mine gold. I eventually will once I get over into this area. When I get my work camp set up. Because there's a lot of deer to be had. And then obviously I'm going to have to go after this iron. But right down here is that gold. So So we'll set up a gold camp. We'll see what happens. Boy, if that converts into income. I don't think it does. I think there's probably recipes, but let's take a look at the other options we got. So we said that the Cooper, who's just throwing stuff wherever he wants. The bakery, I don't know. I'm on this thing. It uses firewood and water. Water's not a problem, but firewood, I really don't want anything tapping into my firewood. And I also want to make sure that I have enough fields for grain. I might do it as a side save so I can revert back, but I'll do that off stream. We already did the barn. Let's see. We got the preservative building. This is pretty cool because we can start canning our apples. But we need glass. If you didn't catch that real quick, we have to have glass. So, and we got a cheese maker, which milk. No, turn them away. I don't have the room. Not building any houses. Now I'll probably get raided because I turned them away. That's usually what happens. Let's check in resources. There's our glass maker right there. He uses coal and sand. Go figure. And it's undesirable. That's not a surprise. So we'll go ahead and build him right there. Everything's undesirable. Furniture workshop that uses planks. I don't think so. No, thank you. A brewery, which is also tapping into grain. Don't know. We'll come back to that. So it looks like gold ingots convert into gold bars. So yeah, it does convert to money. Nice source of income. And of course the blacksmith and the brickyard we've already shown. Defenses still the same two, but they do upgrade. And then the fortified gate and the brick walls. Decorations, we got some pretty fancy large statue, not cheap. But you can, I mean, wow, what an impact it could make around some of these bad areas if we decided to come down this way without having to do some drastic moving, because obviously these mines are all going to tap out eventually. Although they don't seem to be going that fast. Let's take a look at anonymities. Got the theater, the whatever makes medicine. Why can't we build it? Oh, it requires a hospital. Well, where's the hospital? Do I have to upgrade my? I bet you I have to upgrade. Either that or that's a tier 4. Let's take a look. Healer house. Well, I can upgrade him now, but what's that give me? Medicine. All right. What is it? 500. What else does it take? Planks. 50 of them too. Let's upgrade him too, because we've already pulled the. Matter of fact, that's done. So I would really try to keep wood as close to like 700 as you can, and planks around where I'm at right now, and that's going to bring me down to like almost 90. So I'm not going to touch anything else, because to repair that one building was 30 planks just for the school. But it is a slow decay, which is nice. It's not too hasty. And I am still turning a profit at 17, which is good. And I haven't yet been rated to where I felt like I needed more archers or more towers, nor do I need an army with the I don't know if you saw it, but in defenses, you also have barracks. You can put soldiers in there. And if you notice, the towers did get their swords. Bravo, fellas. So we'll just upgrade those. I think that's all we're gonna do. Just paying attention to our cost here. Make sure we're still turning a profit. I don't think increasing these is costing us any more money, but it's definitely increasing the bonus in their shot. 6 deaths. That's pretty good considering what year we're in. Oh, I was going to do something in the winter and I totally forgot what I was going to do. Anybody remember? Oh man, we're turning flour. That's not going to be used for anything. It's just going to use up all my grain. Let's turn that off. Alright, so we'll shut that thing down. Till we decide what we're going to do at the bakery. It looks like I might need another field. Just to keep enough grain in the barn. How much grain do we have left now? Still says 32. Oh, that says produced. How much do I have in stock? Grain. Ooh. Okay. Here's some tidbit information. Maybe that's not done. Or is that real time? I don't know. Because I can tell you, I've definitely been rated. Oh, that's for the last 12 months. Okay. Wish I showed longer as far as raids, so I could see if the number was up or down. Looks like our food production is down. I think that's because both my fields are rotating at the same time. So I definitely want to get these... Any fields that I add, I want to make sure they're the opposite of this. So we've got year-round grain. What's he doing now? Maintenance. And then maintenance. No. I can change these before the end of the season. I can go ahead and add grain. Oh, grain grows better here, by the way. At the end of the year. And a maintenance there. I wonder if cloves would fit there. Just delete it. Yes. That'll cut down on the weeds. Because I already got the maintenance here. Okay. We'll try this. We'll see if this works. Because we got cloves clearing it out. As you can see, my levels are good. That's what I want to see. I'm pretty happy there. Alright, so probably the next video I do will be when I start doing work camps and get close to tier 4, or when I am at tier 4. And we'll just see how much of how much micromanagement we have to do versus how much the game does on its own. Right now it's pretty hands-free. I just literally check and see if there's any compost, and nobody is reporting no fish or no spotted deer. The rest of it's just me kind of experimenting around, you know, where to add wagons to increase travel time on some of these bigger hauls, and looking at graphs to you know, see the improvement. I mean, it's not a game you're gonna go in and slap a bunch of stuff down. You really have to, you know, go through and look at your resources, your food supply. And if you are one of those types of players, you probably want to save multiple different save names, and whatever you're doing. So in my case, I'm gonna fork this save into barn, or no, not barn, bakery. So since we have the windmill or the mill, we've got that. So there, it'll be right up there. And that way, if that fails, I don't like what's happening, I can just go back to Razor's Edge 3, which I'll update that. Oh, I did not want to do that. Well, it's a good time to end because literally what I did is I just went backwards to where I was wherever I made that save, and God only knows. So I'm gonna have to revert back to one of the auto saves, which is every season. So it'll put me back at the end of the last winter. Then that's not too bad. I didn't make any changes. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I definitely recommend this game, even in early access. It was a little shaky on that first patch. But the devs even acknowledged that, hey, you know, bad devs. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I think you will too. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back at the next video. Take care.